I went into my local Best Buy and they had these Samsung Tab S6 Lites on for clearance price. They were 200 Canadian dollars, which is, I don't know, 150 American. And this is the 2022 model, not the whatever it was 2020. Again, not the best tablets around based on specs, but pretty good to be honest, and hard to beat at $200. If it has a decent screen, decent set of speakers, it's hard to beat at $200. So I know a lot of Canadians jumped on this. I don't know if Americans had the same deal, but I know a lot of Canadians online were jumping on this tablet because it is hard to beat at $200 to be honest. So the pen is a pretty nice add-on. When you get Lenovo tablets, unfortunately you have to buy their pens, which I found their pens fine, but you have to pay for them, so that kind of sucks. This is a nice little slim thing. So yeah, you get your volume up, volume down on this side here. I don't know what that'll be. Maybe just a reset button. Power, SD card tray there, which I don't typically use SD cards in these devices, but if you're downloading a lot of Netflix, like if you go on planes, you know, you have Netflix or Disney, whatever, you can download a lot of shows, and then you don't have to be connected to the internet. Second speaker there, so you get dual speakers there, so you get stereo speakers. Some Lenovo stuff, like, you know, you can get the P11 Pro, they have quad speakers, but a lot of their around this price is going to be dual as well. So in terms of the size of it, this is the Lenovo M9, which is a fairly new tablet. I picked this up recently, I have a video on it. It's a 9-inch tablet, which I really like the size of it because it's perfectly handheld for me, for my hand size. Some people may prefer, you know, a 7-inch or an 8-inch tablet. For me, 9-inch is really nice. This is by no means a bad tablet either. They're just a little bit different. Obviously, you don't get a pen, but you can see the size difference there. You know, it's just an inch bigger tablet, basically. It's basically around the same size as an iPad Air. You can see my reflection there. But the iPad Air has a different aspect ratio, whereas, you know, these Samsung tablets have your standard 16:9, so perfect for media consumption. See the bump there. So, you know, all metal design, nice and slim. So, you know, it's a standard Samsung tablet. I mean, you've seen reviews of these as well. But yeah, let's see how it holds up now. Okay, so here's the tablet here. I've done a couple minor upgrades to it since I got it. It's actually been like quite a few weeks since I unboxed this. And just been testing it out. So I added an SD card, 128 gigabyte SD card. It's in there. I added a screen protector, which cost, I think, 10 bucks Canadian, so like 7 American, so nice and cheap. These tablets are so prolific. I mean, you can find them basically anywhere, and it's a similar form factor to the previous generation. So it's super easy to get screen protectors in that, like on places like Amazon or wherever. So not hard to get that kind of stuff. And then I found this really cool case too. So, you know, it comes with, it's a folio case. I really like folio cases rather than the ones that, you know, snap around because it's way more sleek. So this is a magnetic folio case. It has a cutout for the camera there. Basically snap that in. It's magnetized, so it's part of it now, and it has a cool little spot for your pen, which is magnetic, as you can see. Magnetic's in there, and then when you close it, keeps the pen separated, and again, magnetic. So if you have your tablet on, let's see, it's open now, and you close it, it immediately turns off. So really nice case. It's magnetized, like I said, so it's a folio, so it doesn't go around and obstruct the case. You know, it's easy to take off. You can get these accessories for really cheap. You can see there. They don't cost a lot of money. They're easy to find on places like Amazon, so, you know, super cool. So I'm going to use this to explore the tablet. So again, it's been a few weeks since I unboxed this, which is fine. I've been, you know, just testing it out. And I haven't done any game testing though, because I wanted to hold that off. What I have been testing is, you know, just like Netflix and that kind of stuff. So you get the standard Netflix. It's not, you know, you're not going to get like the low quality stuff. You're going to get full HD Netflix, which is quite nice. So you'll get that. You know, you have your, like, what is it, Widevine or whatever, level 1, I guess it is. So you have that, you know, that looks nice. Let's look at some YouTube real quick and we'll test out the audio and the screen in that. Okay, and I'm not going to turn off my lights and make it super dark because I feel like the average person doesn't sit in complete blackness when they watch stuff. So let's just use it like this and we'll see how it looks. So obviously it's a very reflective screen. You can see me there, but it's a nice screen, very nice screen as well. I don't think we're in 4K here, or we're in kind of a low resolution. We'll go higher picture quality. So nice bright screen, nice crisp screen. Looks, you know, really nice. The colors are, see there, it's a really nice bright screen. Very aesthetic, good colors, you know, really bright. It's not going to beat out something like the Lenovo Pro P11 Pro Gen 2, that OLED. It's not going to beat that up. But it's a very nice screen nonetheless. The colors look good. Everything looks really nice on it. So that's nice. Blacks are nice. You know, it's pretty nice uniform blacks. There's no bloom at all around the edges. So it's a good screen overall. Quite nice. Okay, now we'll do an audio test. I'll turn it up a bit. So if you have headphones, you're going to want to be wary. It's at about 80%. Turn it up. Okay, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's a nice sounding device. The audio sounds nice and clear. Has some bass, not a lot of low-end bass. The low-end bass is kind of missing. But overall, you know, it sounds nice. It's a nice sounding device overall. Now, there are some weird things that I don't like, and that's because it's a Samsung tablet. I'm used to using Lenovo tablets, which are very stock Android, very, very stock Android. Samsung has their own weird quirks. Like, I don't know, it's just like, you know, you pull down here and I don't know, there's no brightness slider here. Like some of these weird, I mean, a lot of people who have Android tablets probably have used, you know, Samsung and that, so they're used to it, but there's just some weird quirks with it that I prefer more stock Android that you get from like a Lenovo tablet. Lenovo tablets are basically just pure stock Android. There's no, you know, Samsung quirks. The pen here is nice as well, very responsive. Samsung makes very nice pens. Their pen responsiveness is better than something like Lenovo. I've used Lenovo tablets, like I said before, many times, and I've used them with I've used them with pens in the past, and they're okay at best, like literally at best with Lenovo tablets. I'm not a fan, to be honest. Their laptops are good. You know, if you get a pen, like the Lenovo Active pens used with their laptops, they're fine. But when it comes to tablets, their tablets are not. I don't know. The pen game is just not very good. So here's the pen. Look for palm rejection. I have my hand on there now. So this app here is obviously like interpolating it into more artistic writing. But super responsive. There's a little, I mean, if you go quick, you'll notice there's a little bit of lag. I'll zoom in there a bit. You know, a moment of lag. You can see that's got the little trailer thing there. The moment it touches the screen, immediately it drops. And yeah, you can see like there, it's not wobbly or anything like that. That's one of the issues I have with the Lenovo pens. They're kind of like a little bit wobbly or something. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just an issue. Pressure sensitive, so there's a gentle press there. And then, you know, as I press, yep, so I mean, it writes well, very, very responsive. And you can see here's the information. We'll go to software information here. You can see what we're on. So we're on Android 13. That's nice. So yeah, you can see here, Samsung is very good for updating. That's one of the negatives with, that's one of the major negatives with Lenovo. I mean, they make great tablets, very nice tablets, killer value, but they're really slow for software updates. I mean, they ship like a stock Android and they don't really update it much. I suspect for a lot of people look at Android and they're like, oh my God, it has the oldest version, a 1-year-old version of Android. I can't use it. It's a tablet. It's probably going to make no difference on day-to-day use. If it's your phone, I mean, that's your daily driver, right? Your phone, you're using it all the time. So you're going to want those cutting-edge features. For a tablet, I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I don't even know half the time when I'm on an older version of Android. But if that's something that does matter to you, you know, Samsung is going to be way better than some competitors. Let's see. I don't know if it recommends settings or if it's just kind of whatever I used last, but let's see here. So low default, let's turn that up to medium. Okay, it's too high, whatever, doesn't matter. So we'll go with medium anyways. FPS, we'll go 45. Let's try medium 45 and just play like this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty rough. So that's not gonna work. Or maybe that was just loading. Yeah, there seems to be like some lag or whatever when it loads in, but it is actually playable at medium. after that initial like extreme slowdown, which might have been just texture pop in. Now it's fine. Yeah, okay. Well, medium preset with with the FPS set to 45 seems to be working just fine. So we'll leave environmental detail as medium, turn these other things down to low. TAA, we can turn that off probably. Crowd density, low. Okay, let's try that. This is kind of a mixed low-medium setting, and resolution is still set to medium. Anti-aliasing turned off. Yeah, it feels a little better. I think you can just play with medium like across the board, to be honest. But this does seem a little bit more responsive. Maybe turning off some of those turning off the anti-aliasing, and that does help a fair bit. Okay, so the game runs perfect on very high across the board. It runs really, really well. Yeah, no problems whatsoever there. Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal of this game. I've just been absolutely wrecking people. I don't even know how many people I've killed, but a lot. And I haven't died yet. And I'm just going around murdering people and taking all their stuff. So, I mean, the game looks actually pretty fun. And rather enjoyable. Let's go kill this guy. Look on the hill there. And your buddy's over there. Anyways, this game's pretty fun. I've just been killing people. Yeah, the music sounds weird, but the actual game is running fine. Weird sound. And this is an emulation issue. This has nothing to do with the actual Samsung tablet. It runs totally fine, as you can see. Yeah, so emulation music weirdly aside, you can see, I mean, it's running perfectly. So DS is going to be obviously totally fine on this tablet. This looks like it's running probably at full speed here. Correct. So yeah, it plays perfect. Good enough. Yeah, so it runs perfectly fine. Okay, so it seems to be running just fine. Let's get ourselves a gun here. Seems to be running just fine. Let's get ourselves some weaponry here. Okay. Very good. Yeah, so what's my takeaway on the Samsung tablet here? I think it's actually pretty compelling. I mean, it depends how much you can get it for. Full price, I mean, I think they're like 400 or something like that. I don't think it's worth it, you know, with better tablets out there nowadays. But I mean, I paid 200 Canadian for it, which is about 150 American or so. I mean, you get a really nice tablet, good sound, good screen quality. You know, the screen looks good, audio is good, you know, the responsiveness is nice. You get the pen built in with it as well, which is really nice. In terms of performance, it's actually really nice too. So gaming, you know, I was doing some native Android gaming, no problem whatsoever. Emulation, no problem whatsoever. So, you know, it's not going to be some flagship tier Android device, but I don't know. I don't think that, you know, a lot of people who are buying Android devices nowadays, I'd say the average person is just looking for something that they can use on a day-to-day basis. I think this is an absolutely compelling device. So pretty happy I got it. Overall, you know, it works really well, sounds good, looks good, and yeah, I kind of like it. So I'd recommend it for people who are looking for, you know, just a decently priced, reasonably good tablet for a good price.